Oh my goodness, will you look at that? Will you look at that? The ladies and babies have definitely come around. Are there any antlers out there? Anybody see any antlers? Feeder have gone off. I see some nubbins on some baby bucks. Oh, nice looking nubbins. No antlers. No antlers whatsoever. I've seen none. And that's something. Even Thundercloud is not out there. What about that guy right there facing the other direction? You got some antlers? No. No. I don't know how many deer are out there, but I'd say that's a pile of them. A pile of whitetail girls and babies. And not a single horn in the bunch. None. I think there's 9 or 10 deer out there. That's beautiful. Little nubbin bucks. Girls making babies. And all of those, just more off down there. Down in that area. Yeah, pretty little guy down there. It's a little nubbin buck. I can see nubbins from here. Yeah, buddy. What a sight to see. What a sight to see. That is just about as good as it gets. They're aggressive little rascals fighting each other. That's a little nubbin buck right there. His hocks are still dark, and he's just a baby. Got the testosterone flowing, though. Testosterone. That's a good thing. Goodness, look at all the deer in the front yard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At least 6 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exactly 6, not at least 6. At least 6. Yep, definitely 6 right there. Oh, it looks like maybe 3 mamas, 3 babies. That's what it looks like to me. Big old fat mamas. Big old fat mamas. Big, oh, another baby over here. That's at least 7. I don't see anybody else out there. But that's gorgeous. So 4 babies. 4 babies and 3 mamas. Yeah, 3 mamas, 4 babies. That's pretty sweet. Pretty good. Beautiful evening out there. Made it up into the 50s today, 50 some odd degrees, which is awfully nice for a brand new year. Yep, just a few days into the year. Cold weather headed this way. That's all right. We got a good heater. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Way off down there in the woods, you can see some gobblers. Looks like maybe 3, 4. I don't know how many's there, but it looks like there's at least 4 as they move around in behind those trees. Feeding on acorns this morning ahead of this cold front. It's 50 degrees out there. Actually got warmer during the night. And we have a real bad storm bearing down on us. Sunday morning's going to be probably around the same as it is. That's Sunday's tomorrow. Probably going to be about the same as it is this morning. Probably in the 50 or above. And then it's going to get down to like 28 or 30 throughout the day. It's going to get colder as the day goes on. Very unusual, but not unusual this time of the year as the fronts start coming through. This is the first really severe front coming through. All those are long beards. You see those beards dragging the ground. These fronts start coming through this time of the year. It is January, so we've got about 6 weeks before we get to February 15. Once we get to February 15, the weather's still going to be bad, but the fronts are going to be shorter, and we're getting closer to March. And March will be here before you know it. Let's don't anybody rush it. We're all looking forward to spring fishing, spring turkey hunting, looking out there watching those gobblers move around. I'm zoomed out as far as I can go on my iPhone. We're not getting a beautiful look at them, but we're getting a look like you get in the woods a lot. at a distance. Of course, if it was, in fact, I might be able to call them up right now. Might be able to call those in right now. They're definitely fooling around with the girls. The girls are just not fooling around with them yet. But it won't be long. And we've got a bunch of them. So it's going to be interesting listening to the gobbles every day. Apache this morning, and Apache's wild family. They come running this morning when he showed up. TC's out there with a bunch of mamas and babies. They just come running. I see another one way off out there in the woods. Probably be up here shortly. Oh, Apache. Taking care of his animals. He loves them just as much as I do and does a terrific job. Terrific job. That's great, isn't it? Isn't that fantastic? Saw a couple small bucks this morning running around. Did not take a picture of them. Talking on the telephone to a friend of mine early, and so didn't shoot any video of them. But they're starting to hang around, those two little bucks. So we'll probably be seeing them a little more. They're like first or second year horns, 6 or 8 points. But that's Apache's little family, little wild family out there this morning. Pretty good little wad of them around behind everything there. Apache this morning, and Apache's wild family. They come running this morning when he showed up. TC's out there with a bunch of mamas and babies. They just come running. I see another one way off out there in the woods. Probably be up here shortly. Oh, Apache. Taking care of his animals. He loves them just as much as I do and does a terrific job. Terrific job. That's great, isn't it? Isn't that fantastic? Saw a couple small bucks this morning running around. Did not take a picture of them. Talking on the telephone to a friend of mine early, and so didn't shoot any video of them. But they're starting to hang around, those two little bucks. So we'll probably be seeing them a little more. They're like first or second year horns, 6 or 8 points. But that's Apache's little family, little wild family out there this morning. Pretty good little wad of them around behind everything there. They are a really long way out there. They're clear out across the road. But if we can get a good look at them, as far as we can zoom, we can't see them real good. But there is 8 or 9 big long-beard gobblers out there. You can see them now, they're going behind those trees. Naturally, as I come in here to get that shot, they would go behind those trees. Now they're coming out on the right. The possibility, we're heading to church. It's a possibility we can get a shot at them when we get Chris's car out and I get her loaded up. They may be coming back over here toward the feeder, I don't know. But you can see them out there. Not a very good look at all. If there's 8 or 9, I'm not sure which. Kind of hard to count turkeys sometimes. But they're all longbeards. All big, long, mature birds. Probably doing a little fighting, scrubbing out there. There's one run out there. But hopefully they'll come back over here a little bit closer. We can get a little bit better picture of them. But there they are, beautiful. 9 longbeards together, which is the way they are in January like this. The temperature dropped from 56 degrees down into the 30s already this morning since daylight, which is a really brutal cold front. Chill temps are going to be down around 0 the next 2 or 3 days. So we're going to hunker down a little bit and snuggle up. Yeah, buddy, I like snuggling up. All right, boys and girls. It is 18 degrees. 18 degrees. And the deer are craving, absolutely craving South Fresh deer food this morning. Look at all the deer. Look at all the deer. Mamas and babies coming by. There's just a pile of deer there. Big TC. And more bucks there also. Just absolutely a lot of deer there. I didn't put Chris's chariot up from church yesterday. Just brutally cold out there. 18 degrees. 18 degrees, brutally cold. Started the water dripping sometime early this morning, probably about 4 or 5 o'clock, so our water is not frozen. Hopefully it'll get above freezing today. It's going to be down really colder even tonight, I think. Lots of deer out there. I don't know how many of them are out there. It's great to see TC. I saw a deer yesterday on the way back from church. Sure looked a lot like Forrest, but I really don't believe it was. He might have got a lot wilder as he's out there too. You never can tell. Just may not be wanting to come around the house. Don't know what kind of experiences he may have had if he's still alive. But golly, but he's left plenty of his young'uns around for us to enjoy. They're all fluffed up there. They get the air in their hair, makes them look even larger. Really, really something. Really, really something. I don't know where that other buck is. He must be in behind all of the stuff there. It is absolutely gorgeous looking out there this morning. Absolutely gorgeous looking, but it is really, really cold. Still 18 degrees, even though the sun is up. The front yard or the backyard, however way we stay it. We never really do if we had a front yard or backyard. But full of deer. All these deer were around at the feeder and they're jumping around. They're still being kind of ugly with each other. TC, he's kind of like the king of the bunch right now, no doubt about that. He just walks around and people just get out of his way. They're feeling pretty frisky out there. Actually, 18 degrees, as cold as it is, doesn't really bother them that much. You can see they're jumping around frisky. A little baby down there playing with each other. And sparring like they had antlers, which they don't have. But you can see them enjoying each other. Boys will be boys, huh? Getting after that crow. You can run at that crow and make that crow fly. Like the little zoomies, maybe. Feeling frisky this morning. I'm feeling a little frisky myself, to be honest with you. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Oh, yeah. How about some zoomies, guys? How about some zoomies? So we're too big for zoomies. We're just down just playing. We're a couple of big bad boys. We're going to have some big giant antlers like Mr. TC one day. Yes, you will. Could be Forrest's babies right there. Kind of act like him, don't they? Look at them go. That special was that special. That's so cool. Look at that. Yeah, buddy, we're having fun, Mama. Oh, Mama's going to kick and jump around a little bit, too. I don't know what Mama's doing. Just kind of showing them how they're acting. I think I'll go get after those crows. The mini zoomies there. Establishing their dominance. And I'm not sure that both of them are little bucks. One of them could be his sister. He doesn't have any antlers anyway, but they're just having a ball. They're playing out there this morning, having a lot of fun. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That is so cool. So very cool. So I'll go play with Mama, see if she'll play around with me a little bit. That's the way to warm up on a cold morning. I think Mama jumped in there with him and started to run a little bit, I think it was. Says, I'll play with you kids. I'll play with you kids. Come on, Mom, play with us. Come on, Mom, play with us. Mama says, I'll run and play. I'm bigger than both of y'all. You babies are getting pretty big, though. Actually turning into deer. Gonna be some big ones, too. Might belong to Mr. Forrest, who knows? Or TC even. They are not quitting. TC and little young buck running with him there. You see the little young buck. Got some nice looking antlers. And that could be Forrest Jr. Somebody said we should name him Timber. So let's just name him Timber. I love that. We have a Forrest, we have a Timber. Forrest is not named after the trees. Forrest is named after Forrest Gump, because Forrest was crippled when he was a baby. Would not have lived a couple, 2 or 3 weeks had we not rescued him and saved him. And he's 4 years old this year. So he got to live a lot of life. Even if he did not make it through the rut, he got to live a lot of life he would not have got to live without Sherry and Jordan taking care of him as a baby. So we'll just call that boy there, even though he's totally wild. If he hang around, he might tame up quite a bit. Call him Timber. Y'all remember what Timber looks like? Because that's going to be Timber right there. And that perhaps is his father, Thundercloud, TC. The eagle is cooling down, no doubt about it. I fished out there a couple days ago, caught 11 one afternoon for about 2 or 3 hours. Caught 11. Water temperature was 49 degrees, 48 degrees. It's colder than that this morning. And there we see a big bunch of geese. They're not really minding the cold weather much either. I think it's geese. Geese are really big ducks. I'm not sure which. I'm just not sure. We'll keep an eye on them and see what happens. I just don't think it can get any better than this. The deer are so fluffed up. Look at that one right here close by. Listen to me talk. It's kind of spooking him a little bit. But the deer are all fluffed up. Just bunches and bunches of them in the yard full of deer. I sure want to replace that rail with a clear one, which would be really nice. The only thing, last time I checked, the material was $18,000 to do it. We're trying to find some that I can afford to replace that rail. And that rail needs to be replaced anyway, but to replace that rail with a clear rail that we can see through it will make it a lot more enjoyable looking at the deer for Chris and me and all y'all. So, but I just don't, the price right now is just ridiculous. It's just crazy. That deck's about 80 feet out there long, so it's a pretty good sized deck. But when you look out there and see all of those deer, golly, that's special. I just don't know how it can get much better. You could get down there closer to the lake, or we could look over the top of the rail at them, but these that are here close by the house, look how fluffed up they are. That's what I just really dig in the wintertime like this when it gets cold. Chill temperature single digits, by the way. 18 degrees, chill temperature single digits. and just absolutely special out there. That's all there is to it. Still very, very cold. The wind blowing. I would not want to be out there fishing right now. I'm not that mad at them. Not mad at them at all, in fact. Babies, how y'all doing? How y'all doing there this morning, this afternoon? Y'all come in for your lunch snack? Y'all come in for your lunch snack? Those are all wild deer right there. I am 20 yards away from them. There's a couple, 2 or 3 off out there in the distance. You can see some walking out there in the woods. But for the most part, they're up here eating. Those others were coming up here eating. Those others are wild deer also. Just don't want to come up quite that close to me. But that's pretty cool. Pretty cool right there. Pretty cool. It's not cool. It's absolutely cold. It's in the low 20s. Chill temperature down below 10, single-digit chill temperatures. And my hands are cold. Just shooting this little small video out here. But it's beautiful. I don't know what might be red tag there in her babies. They're not very well. Really sweet though. Okay, guys and girls, it's finally got up to 32 degrees. That's right, 32 degrees. 18 degrees this morning. 18 degrees this morning when I was shooting some videos at daylight. We're going to go ahead and wrap this week's ranch video up because we've got a couple of nice videos there, about 18 or 20 minutes long, showing a lot of neat stuff. Turkeys, those turkeys are coming around, and big gobblers, and then a big bunch of hens, and a few more bucks showing up all the time. I decided to name the little buck that I think might be Forrest's buck, just Forrest's son, because he kind of looks just like Forrest did at about that age with his first or second horse. Somebody suggested we name him Timber. We're going to name him Timber. But we're going to wrap things up, and we'll get started on another video as quickly as we see something to video. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. We're just having fun here at the ranch. We got 3 or 4 more days of this frigid weather. And then maybe snow over the weekend. Wouldn't that be nice to see snow at the Eagle? We don't see it very often, so it's a big bonus for us. Guys and girls, have you a great one out there. Fish lucky. And remember, I sure do love you.